Meghan's action against Associated Newspapers due at High Court. The next stage in the Duchess of Sussex's legal action against a British newspaper, over its publication of a private and confidential letter to her estranged father, is due to be heard at the High Court. Meghan is suing Associated Newspapers, ANL, publisher of the Mail on Sunday and Mail Online, over an article which reproduced parts of a handwritten letter sent to Thomas Markle, 76, in August 2018. Sections of the letter were published in the newspaper and online in February last year, and it was announced the Duchess would be bringing legal action in October. A costs and case management hearing is due to take place before Master Francesca K on Monday. Last month, the Duchess won the most recent tussle in the legal action, after Mr. Justice Warby ruled in her favor over protecting the identities of 5 friends who gave an anonymous interview to a U.S. magazine. The senior judge said he had concluded that for the time being at least Meghan should be granted an order which protects the identities of the individuals. Meghan's lawyers had applied for the 5 friends who gave an interview to People magazine to remain anonymous in reports of the proceedings. ANL's legal team resisted the application. In the People article, published in February last year, the friends spoke out against the bullying Meghan said she has faced. They have only been identified in confidential court documents. Following the ruling last month, a source said the Duchess was happy with the decision. Meghan is suing ANL over 5 articles in total, 2 in the Moss and 3 on Mail Online, which were published in February 2019 and reproduced parts of a handwritten letter she sent to her father in August 2018. The headline on the article read, "Revealed, the letter showing true tragedy of Meghan's rift with a father she says has broken her heart into a million pieces." The Duchess is seeking damages from ANL for alleged misuse of private information, copyright infringement and breach of the Data Protection Act. ANL wholly denies the allegations, particularly the Duchess's claim that the letter was edited in any way that changed its meaning, and says it will hotly contest the case. A statement released on behalf of Meghan Markle after she lost the first round of her High Court battle against a newspaper says the Duchess's rights were violated. The statement was put out by Shillings, who are acting on behalf of Meghan and Prince Harry after they quit the royal family. She is taking legal action against the Mail on Sunday over its publication of a private and confidential letter to her estranged father Thomas Markle. A judge has struck out allegations in the Duchess of Sussex's privacy claim against Associated Newspapers in the first ruling in the case, but kept the door open for those parts to be revived. Meghan's statement said, "Today's ruling makes very clear that the core elements of this case do not change and will continue to move forward. The Duchess' rights were violated, the legal boundaries around privacy were crossed. As part of this process, the extremes to which the Mail on Sunday used distortive, manipulative, and dishonest tactics to target the Duchess of Sussex have been put on full display." The statement added, "Whilst the judge recognizes that there is a claim for breach of privacy and copyright, we are surprised to see that his ruling suggests that dishonest behavior is not relevant. Nonetheless, we respect the judge's decision as the strong case against Associated will continue to focus on the issue of a private. This gross violation of any person's right to privacy is obvious and unlawful, and the Mail should be held to account for their actions." A preliminary hearing in the case, in which lawyers for the publisher asked for parts of the Duchess's case to be struck out, was conducted remotely last week, with a judge sitting at the Royal Courts of Justice in London and lawyers and reporters attending remotely. The defendant argued that the allegations were irrelevant in law, or inadequately particularized, or that it would be disproportionate to litigate the issues raised so that they should be excluded from the scope of the case on case management grounds. Mr. Justice Warby agreed the allegations should not form part of her case at this stage, because they were irrelevant to her claim for misuse of private information, copyright infringement and breach of the Data Protection Act. But he said those parts of a case may be revived at a later stage, if they are put on a proper legal basis. The preliminary hearing at Britain's High Court was the first stage of Meghan's legal action against the Daily Mail and its parent company, Associated Newspapers. Excerpts from the letter she wrote appeared in the newspaper and online 6 months later. Meghan's civil lawsuit accuses Associated Newspapers of copyright infringement, misuse of private information and violating the United Kingdom's data protection law. The company denies legal wrongdoing, and its lawyers argued that the specific claims of dishonesty and malicious intent should not be part of the case. Meghan and her husband, Prince Harry, were expected to listening to the part of the hearing argued by lawyers. The Duchess's lawyer, David Sherburn, said during Friday's hearing that the publisher disclosed to the whole world the detailed contents of a private letter of a daughter to her father. The lawyer also rejected Meghan's allegation that the publisher acted dishonestly when deciding which parts of a letter to publish. Thomas Markle's strained relationship with his daughter complicated Meghan's entry into the royal family. The letter Meghan wrote him was penned 3 months after the royal wedding at Windsor Castle. Analysts have compared the legal case to a lawsuit brought by Harry's mother, the late Princess Diana, over photographs showing her exercising on gym equipment. The case was settled before it was heard in court. Earlier this week, the couple made public a strongly worded letter they had written to several British tabloid newspapers stating they would no longer cooperate with the publications because of what they called distorted, false or invasive stories. Meghan continued to fight the High Court again. This time she was against a newspaper in England. The story mentioned her father Thomas again. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.